My name is Eli Vance, and 3 months ago I paid a company called Nexora Labs to erase the worst night of my life. It was raining. Hard. My sister Mara and I were arguing again about her drinking. She grabbed the keys. I didn't stop her. 2 miles down the road, she lost control. The car flipped. She didn't make it. And I walked away with nothing but a scar on my temple and a guilt that wouldn't let me sleep. So when I saw the ad, Nexora, reset your pain, reclaim your life, I didn't hesitate. They promised a clean mind, 1 injection, no side effects, just peace. The procedure was cold, clinical. A woman in a white coat smiled and said, "You'll wake up lighter." I did, but I didn't wake up lighter. I woke up, crowded. At first, it was small things. I'd look in the mirror and swear my eyes were a different shade for a second. I'd hear a song I'd never heard before, but I knew all the words. Then came the dreams. Not dreams, memories. A soldier crouching in a trench in Jakarta, 2041, smelling burning rubber and fear. A woman painting a mural in Lisbon, crying as she signed her name, Clara Mendes. A child hiding under a bed in Moscow while boots stomped overhead, whispering, "Don't breathe, none of it was mine." But it felt real, too real. I went back to Nexora, demanded answers. The receptionist blinked at me like I was speaking another language. "Mr. Vance, your file shows a successful memory reset. No complications." She handed me a receipt, smiled, and that's when I noticed it on her wrist. A tiny tattoo, NX114. Same number they'd branded on my wrist after the procedure. Subject 114. That night, I broke into their server room. Not hard. Nexora thinks no one would care enough to look. But I found the truth in a folder labeled Project Echo. They weren't just deleting memories. They were harvesting them. Every patient who walked in, their pain, their joy, their trauma scanned, digitized, stored, then sold. To researchers, to artists, to governments, and sometimes reused. They called it memory recycling, a way to give someone else a second chance at a life they never lived. But the files showed something darker. Subjects who received donated memories started losing themselves. Some went catatonic, others vanished. And then I found my file. It wasn't just my crash memory they took. They'd implanted fragments from other subjects into me accidentally or on purpose. But one fragment stood out. It was Mara's voice. Not from the crash, from earlier that night. "Eli, if anything happens, tell them it was your fault. Please, I can't lose my license. Not again." I collapsed. All this time I carried the guilt for a lie she made me believe. She was drunk, she was driving, and she made me promise to forget. But Nexora didn't just erase that. They replaced it with pieces of strangers' lives, as if my mind was just empty space to fill. I deleted the files, wiped the servers. But as I ran out, I saw something on a monitor, a live feed of my apartment, and a message blinking in red. Subject 114. Memory instability detected. Prepare for reboot. I haven't slept since. Last night, my phone rang. No number, just static. Then a voice. Calm, familiar. My voice but older, tired. Welcome back, Subject 114. Ready for your next life? I dropped the phone. But this morning, there was a new file on my desktop. Name, life115memories.zip. And inside, a photo of me, standing in a lab, wearing a Nexora uniform. I don't know if I'm Eli Vance, or just a vessel. But one thing's clear. They don't erase memories. They recycle souls. And I think I've been through this before. If you've ever felt like your thoughts aren't your own, maybe they're not. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Would you erase your worst memory if it meant losing yourself?